Breaking news from Long Beach about the Queen Mary with your host, Greg. So back in August, I made a video about how the Queen Mary was going to open up, and my guess was it was going to open up in October. And my guess was it was going to open up right around the time the Halloween was going to happen, because they have their Haunted Harbor Halloween event that happens. That's usually a big hit. Well, turns out that it did not open in October like I thought it was going to. Anyway, also in that video, I talked about how 40 years, basically 40 years of leasing this ship out with many failed attempts at making a profitable business out of the Queen Mary. The last one in 2020 during the whole shutdown and everything failed pretty badly. They went bankrupt, leaving the ship completely devastated. I mean, it was in very bad condition. There was no money put into maintenance to keep it up. So in 2021, Long Beach has regained full control of the Queen Mary. Now, with that full control of the Queen Mary came a very hefty price tag. Right now, roughly, to keep the vessel in a viable condition, it's going to cost $23 million. And the last I heard, Long Beach has dumped millions into the ship to get it back open so business as usual can continue. Look at that. I'm out here at the same time the news is. Now here's the awesome part. The Queen Mary is partially open right now. That's right, after 2 years of the ship being closed, it's at least finally partially back open starting today. And also, let me also explain when it's going to fully open. I will get to that, but first let's talk about the partial opening of the Queen Mary. The Long Beach Post, local newspaper, put out an article about how you can get on this ship for free and have a free tour. I went there, I read it, I looked at it, I was super excited about it, but the problem is I was too late. So the free tours on this ship is the partial opening, and they have free guided tours on this ship. And they have many days. In fact, it's supposed to start today. However, all of the events are full, which I am super bummed out about, because I've been wanting to get on this ship for a very long time. I moved here in 2020 when the ship already went bankrupt and closed down, so there was no way of getting on the boat for me. And then when I heard about these guided free tours, I jumped on it. I went there, I looked at every guided free tour link, and all of them were full. So bummer. If anybody out there has one of those reservations and does not want to go on this, please let me know. I would gladly take your spot.
Is that part of the tour right there? Are those people part of the tour? Am I seeing the first group of people on the reopening of the Queen Mary? Is that the first? Man, you're so lucky.
So it looks like these guided tours, these free guided tours, 1 hour free guided tours, are going to go on through January. And here's the big news. The big news is the restaurant and all that stuff cannot open right now because there's several things on the ship that still needs to be repaired. But the word is all that stuff is going to be repaired all that stuff is going to be repaired early next year, which is basically a month from now. Well, I mean, next year is a month from now, but it's not really a set date for when it's going to fully open. But once they put in all the new mechanics and all the new upgrades, that is when they will announce the grand opening of the Queen Mary, or we should say the grand re-opening of the Queen Mary. So also I want to say I am sorry about the limited shots, but they are filming something back there, so I'm only allowed to basically stand right here at the front of the Queen Mary. There's security all around me. Oh my God. And so I just want to do a quick update on the lifeboats. Now, there were 22 lifeboats that were hanging from the side of the Queen Mary, and what happened was they took all those lifeboats down and they tried to sell all of them, and they were going to keep 2 just to keep, you know, the historic relevance of it, to kind of, you know, show guests and whatnot. But what ended up happening was they took down all those lifeboats, because what it was doing, the lifeboats themselves were a heavy weight on the side of the ship, pulling down, I guess, some of the outer shell of the ship, which is not good. So that was one of the things that needed to be fixed. So they took all those lifeboats down, tried to sell all of them but 2. That failed. None of them sold. And so what ended up happening is they took 14 of those ships and it completely demolished them. I don't know how they demolished them. They got rid of them. And they kept the remaining 8. And they, I guess, were refurbished, and now they will be on display for people to see, you know, for historical references. And so just a quick update on the submarine, the Russian Scorpion submarine. It is not removed like they were expecting it to. So I guess something fell through on that end as well.
Looky there. It's a seal. That's the first time I've seen a seal since I've been in Long Beach.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the breaking news update, but you're not done yet. If you like this video, you're gonna like this video over here. It's a video I did earlier around August, when it first was announced that it was going to open this year, 2022. Go check that video out. I'll see you over there. See you next time, guys.